From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now the first carry for Wendell Smallwood. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Brissett on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way.
Blue 30. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And taking a gander at the NFL scoreboard in Minneapolis. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Brissett. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is caught inside the 15. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 53 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Throwing, Brissett. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Tyrell Williams with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Hauschka with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Vontaze Burfict coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. Whoosh! Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he stopped immediately there. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I'm talking about. High five, baby, high five. Let's go. Flex round! Flex round!
Brissett now on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Stephon Tuitt. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2, but likely not for long as they're in punt formation to kick it away. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
And give him a lot of credit there, but even more credit to the guys up front. In that situation, you know it's going to be a stacked defensive front. And to be able to gain that much yardage, that's a big win for the guys on offense.
Yeah, they were just about standing on their own goal line, so to get a few yards there, a great start. Now we'll see what 2nd down brings. Now Roethlisberger hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, 1st down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Now Mixon. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Roethlisberger will throw. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
Yeah, now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Second down, Brissett. And open left side, it's Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just working the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
On second down, Williams. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
Okay, Paul, you got 4. You got 4. Let's go, fellas. You got 4 down. Let's go.
First try for the right arm of Dalton here. Steps away to his left. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Rush comes and they block it. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting? A lot of the times in the defensive huddle, they actually call a set and then say at the end of it, get a safety. So it's preached, it's coached, it's thought about.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. 1:59 to go in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Ready? 230.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and it's 3rd and 5.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he comes back with one complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Preston Brown, the linebacker. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And down to the 36-yard line here. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Ohio! Ohio!
A 1st down throw for Brissett. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Now Hausch can attack on the extra point. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now Roethlisberger on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Flex round! Flex round!
A second down throw for Brissett. Open man is Uzama. And they'll get him down here at the 23. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. from the gun. Here's Brissett. It's Williams on the catch. And he works free. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it. And then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff to Fournette. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He went backwards there 8 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
Ohio! Ohio!
It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Roethlisberger to throw. He'll buy some time right. Scrambling, not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17. Mixon with it. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more Tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Set! Like 20. Quarter. 56 to the mark, boys. 56. Check. Hey. Grab it. Like I said.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. Now been hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Set to throw on first. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Hauschka with the extra point, and that will bump the lead up to 26. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Check. Crunch. Quarter. Jack 16.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is Gabriel on the catch. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Hey, guys, check me out. Snickers, you got to spin.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Set! 180! Snickers, you got to spin.
Here's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Carl Lawson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Fournette. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. The pitch to Fournette. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team. Early down stuffs will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Here's a give to Fournette. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
But, has that changed in a big way? The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Field goal forthcoming for Steven Hauschka. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock, they know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Cincinnati, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.
You